Gentlemen, it is I, your Mandalore, with a New Year's address. I got a few things that have been on my mind lately. One of them is, of course, this whole situation in Russia. You do realize that your federal government and the Western countries have been lying to your ass about who's actually winning this conflict. Here's a question for me to you. If Russia's really losing this fucking war, did it ever occur to you, if that was the case, why is the West constantly having to spend a shit ton of billions of dollars and constantly having to send shit tons amount of weapons continually to Ukraine? If Ukraine was actually really winning, you would think that if they were actually winning, they wouldn't keep needing all this money and weapons, now would you? The truth is, the West has lied to your ass about Russia. And not just for the last 8 years, for the last 70 fucking years, believe it or not. The truth is, the West has a racial hatred against anything that is Slavic. And despite the fact that Russia has a history of trying to integrate with the West, and even going so far as to try to become like the West. Prime example is Peter I and his reforms, both militarily, culturally, and politically when he took power in the 1600s. Despite this fact that you have a Western-leaning Russia for at least several hundred years, the West has never really considered Russians to actually be worthy of integration with the West. They're Slavs. Or, as some Westerners in high political circles will secretly say to themselves in the closed doors of the halls of power, yeah, what do we want to have to do with these snow niggers? Or these orcs, The truth is, the West is a warmongering shithole. And it's never happy unless it's dominating the fuck out of someone else. In this case, they bit off more than they could chew by dominating with someone that actually has a very distinct, very solidified, and cohesive concrete culture, religion, and political phronema, or in the Greek word, mindset. And that would be Russia. And Russia is strong. The West is weak. And because precisely it is weak, it has to act like the big bad boogeyman and dominate and fuck around with everyone else. Well, they fucked around and now they're fixing to find the fuck out. Case in point, you don't believe me? Why were your gas prices so fucking high last year? Why is everything going through the roof in terms of inflation? Why is the fact that in Europe, they're selling their own fucking Rolexes, some Europeans, just in order to be able to pay for their fucking electricity bills? It's because they fucked around with a country that actually has massive amounts of natural resources. And as we all know, from a political and economic standpoint, the country with actual hard asset value is the one that has potential industrial grade value. They have the potential to be an industrial and economic powerhouse. And this is Russia. Not to mention the fact that Russia grows 3/4 of the world's food supply, believe it or not. Did you know that? Kind of figures. Your governments also in the West have a vested interest in keeping you ignorant about other countries and other people. And they sell you on this lie that your countries in the West are this global shining example on the hill that all the nations of the earth should subscribe to and actually yearn to be like. Nothing could be further from the fucking truth. Nothing. So, this is my little rant about this. And another thing I wanted to talk about is, these declassified documents, or these classified documents, forgive me, that lo and behold, turns out that Biden himself has been found guilty of having in his possession. And not only that, but unlike Trump, who had said classified documents, which, by the way, it appears that Trump actually invoked executive privilege to declassify those documents that he had in his residence in Mar-a-Lago. Biden has not declassified these documents. And unlike Trump, who actually had said declassify classified documents in his possession, locked in a safe, Biden's classified documents were not even protected. They were in his fucking garage. So, You know, here's another example of the ever-continuing shit show that is the United States of America. And if you thought that 2023 would finally be the year that you would have a respite from all the fuckery that's been going on in the last 2 years, 3 years, well, think again. 2023, I guarantee you, I prophesy, I project, is actually going to be even worse than 2020, 2021, and this last fucking year that just went behind us, 2022. So keep these words and these forewarnings in mind as this year progresses. And don't forget, whenever an election year goes on in the United States, fuckery abounds to no end. This is I, your Mandalore, bringing you the truth that nobody wants you to hear, whether you want to hear it or not. And with that, good day.